Well, interesting results from major leagues across Europe. The English Premier League had the Manchester Derby, the early kickoff on Saturday. Manchester United beating Manchester City by 2-0 at Old Trafford. And of course, later in the day, Arsenal were headed to a goalless draw by Nottingham Forest. Chelsea won their own game, and Tottenham Hotspur lost over the weekend at home to West Ham United. In the Spanish La Liga, well, Real Madrid won their game, but Barcelona lost to Real Sociedad. If you check the Spanish La Liga table right now, Real Madrid are just a point behind Barcelona. Welcome to another edition of Sports Hangout. We'll give you the latest from the ever-busy world of sport. We're talking about what happened over the weekend in major leagues across Europe. It starts with the English Premier League, JJ. Manchester United no longer news that Manchester United, I know you are still excited. Manchester United defeated Manchester City by 2-0, but there was a controversial moment in the first half. Diego Dallo, people have said he should have been given a red card, but he escaped the red card. Maybe that played a part in United beating Manchester City. Maybe. Because if he had been sent off in the first half, maybe United wouldn't have scored 2 goals.
Outside referees, they will always see things that VAR, Pidgimo.
Yeah.
If you even Guardiola said after the game that he was certain that if Diego Dallo had been sent off in the first half, we would still have beaten them.
Why?
The performance
with a man down.
The performance was so terrible for him to have said that. He said it. It's not. So I quote.
Don't you think that was a moment? I mean, that moment has a way of defining what happens at the end of the day. That red card.
It could have demoralized United.
Yes, a man
but
down.
the way United set up that day,
yes,
you could see that they were willing to give anything.
So United got lucky, right? Without
United didn't get lucky.
But that should be a red card.
The referee said it was, of course, VAR said, and Pidgimo confirmed that it wasn't intentional.
So, JJ, and that's my issue with VAR, the inconsistency. So how do you know that a tackle was not intentional, the other one is intentional? Is it because of the force?
No, of course, it was not intentional force applied
okay.
on Doku
yes.
by Dallo, according to what VAR said. But what we saw, it was horrible tackle, high knee tackle. At least any tackle from the knee above
yes.
is deemed reckless. But whatever the VAR saw that day, I don't know. And of course, prior to this week, the Pidgimo came out to say yes, VAR had made 13 errors. 13 errors prior to this week, and so with what?
Why can't they stop the errors? Because that's what they do. They'll make a mistake, then come back later to apologize.
The error,
you can't give back the points that have been lost.
The error now is not VAR.
They should improve.
The error is not the machine. Who are those behind the VAR? They're still human.
Yes, the
officials. Still human error. It's not machine error, is it? So if you say why can't they improve the machine error, it's. You can't improve the machine error. You can upgrade machines, but then you can't. The people have to be responsible. The people behind it, they have to be responsible. You can't keep churning week in, week out, bringing back course VAR, and then you expect 13 errors this season alone.
JJ,
that's too much.
I want to ask you this question: do you think that VAR has improved the level of officiating in the Premier League? Before the VAR, we always complain about the quality of officiating in the Premier League. VAR has come right now. We are still getting those controversies. Every match day, you will see a controversial moment. As the VAR improved officiating the Premier League?
I think the only thing the VAR has managed to improve, or managed to do, is to reduce the emotional feelings of people. You score goals now, and
the controversies are also
you score goals now, and fans are scared to jubilate.
Yes, definitely.
Players are looking back.
Let's check.
Is the referee checking anything? Is there
infringements?
Before. Even if you score clear offside goal, you are jubilating because you know there's no machine that's going to prevent that.
Yeah.
But then, football is an emotional game. You can't try to ruin that. And to improve, I don't see anything gets improved. Okay, maybe the offside calls.
Yes.
Even that's getting debatable these days.
Because if you have a longer hand, you have a bigger
head.
You have a bigger head. It's offside, and you have a smaller head. That's VAR for you.
These things are. I'm sure they can't get the things right once.
Okay.
It has to go through developmental stages, and one of these days we're going to improve. Yes, there will be improvement, I'm sure.
Let's go to another controversial moment. Arsenal had the opportunity of extending their gap later in the day. if they had won that game, they'd have been 9 points ahead of Manchester City. And of course, they also got lucky yesterday because Aston Villa lost at home to Everton. But let's talk about one controversial moment in that game. Olaina handled the ball in the penalty box, and there was a VAR review. No penalty was given to Arsenal. Mikel Arteta, in his post-match reaction, did say that should have been given as a penalty for Arsenal, talking about the handball of Olaina, but it was not given.
It was a big call. It was a big
and
call.
that could have decided the game. 3 points.
It could have decided the game. And I wonder what the referee, what he was thinking, or what VAR thought for them to have.
By the way, Michael Oliver was in charge of that game, so
I don't know.
controversial referee.
Michael Oliver, it seems to be depreciating in quality each season.
And he's the best referee in England. I mean, he officiated the
was.
Champions League. Yeah, he officiated the Champions League, the World Cup games. I mean, Anthony Taylor, Michael Oliver, those referees, they are
those Taylors, those Olivers that you think were the best.
They are controversial,
referees.
but they are still
Now
the big boys in England.
They are big boys, but they are getting worse with each score. I don't know, how would you, with your experience, deem that not to be a foul?
That should have been a penalty for us now.
That was not, it's okay, your body has to be bigger in a natural position and all that. It was high as anything.
Yes.
His knees, his arm was high on the ball and he bundled it out. He couldn't have, that was Arsenal. They were unlucky. They were really
Should have
unlucky.
gotten a penalty.
They should have got a penalty. There's no two claims about that. They should have got a penalty. I'm still waiting for the explanation the Pidgeot would give on that.
They will justify it.
They will justify. They will always want to justify their officials, but they should be responsible. They should start owning responsibility and apologizing for errors. But then you can't even say that's why Arsenal came out with a draw. They should have
some chances too. Martinelli, Victor Gyökeres. But interesting, they are still 7 points ahead of Manchester City.
Aston Villa.
Yeah,
they lost at home to Everton.
Shocking result.
It was a shocking result. It's like every time Aston Villa has the chance to go up, the mentality is not there yet. It's not there yet.
Before we leave the Premier League, let's talk about what happened to Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea. Chelsea won their game over the weekend, beating Brentford by 2 goals to nothing. Liverpool against Burnley ended 1-1. Tottenham Hotspur lost at home 1-2 to West Ham United. The race for Newcastle United
played a draw against bottom league Wolverhampton.
Yeah, the race for the top 4 is getting interesting. But I'm very sure that as a United fan, you are happy what happened over the weekend.
All results came away over the weekend. Was except Chelsea that won.
But they are still just a
Liverpool at home to Burnley 1-1. In fact, they had the opportunity to score a penalty. They missed the penalty. And for Tottenham Hotspur, I don't think Tottenham are our worries for now. But then to have lost at home again.
West Ham?
Yesterday, I read the news that the Spurs Chiefs are considering sacking Thomas Frank already. And but then in fact, Tottenham fans said what they expected Frank would give them was what Michael Carrick came to give Man United.
Wow.
And so you understand what they expect. But then for Newcastle, I watched the game and it was really pathetic. Utterly, Wolves came with a fighting spirit.
For the point.
And they should have won
that game. Yeah.
They should have won that game. They had more clear-cut chances. They had more opportunities to score to win the game, but they were unlucky really. And it makes you wonder, where have this Wolves team been all season for them to have played against Newcastle?
I still believe they were relegated.
That's why 8 points. That's too terrible at this stage. It's a relegation-worthy point.
All right, let's move to Spain and let's talk about what happened over the weekend in Spanish La Liga. We know it's a 2-horse race in the Spanish La Liga, Barcelona or Real Madrid. Now, last week, Real Madrid sacked their manager Xabi Alonso because, according to them, lost to Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup, and then at that time they were 4 points behind Barcelona in the Spanish La Liga. But they got Arbeloa to replace him. He will be there till the end of the season, and then over the weekend, something spectacular happened. Real Madrid won their game on Saturday, and of course on Sunday, surprisingly, Barcelona lost away to Real Sociedad by 2 goals to 1. Now, if you check the Spanish La Liga table right now, Real Madrid, they are just a point behind Barcelona. It's game on for Barcelona, for Real Madrid, right? They can still win the league.
Oh, of course.
We still have a lot of games to the end of the season.
20 games into the season.
Wow, that's a lot.
18 more games to go.
Yeah.
And just a point. The league is wide open. It's wide open. In fact, the manner with which Barcelona lost yesterday's game was baffling. it was against 10-man Real Sociedad.
Rashford scored the only goal.
Rashford scored. But you were playing against.
Rashford has been impressive for Barcelona.
You were playing against 10 men, and you couldn't even come up with a draw. That was. I think with that level of performance, and where you could call it down to fatigue, you call it down to so many things, and maybe they were preparing for the Champions League. I don't know what to call it. And when the Champions League comes in, it's added load work, more workload, more games to play, so it leaves the competition really wide open between Real Madrid and but then they still go an El Clasico to play.
Yeah, definitely. That would might determine who wins the league.
Might determine, but to go to Spotify and make a win, it's going to be really difficult for Madrid.
So in the Spanish La Liga, is a 2-horse race, right?
It's a 2-horse race.
In the Premier League, is it a 2-horse race or a 3-horse race or a 4-horse race? In the Premier League, we have Arsenal, we have Manchester City. Of course, Arsenal fans are not. Right now they're happy, but they have not won the league.
Did you know that some Arsenal fans said they should sack Arteta based on the draw that? No, I'm bringing a point out.
Yeah.
There are many Arsenal fans that will never forgive Arsenal if they don't win.
Of
this.
Course.
That would be a
sackable offense.
The whole Arsenal will never be able to forgive themselves.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's an opportunity now.
Now,
it's a huge opportunity.
JJ, 7 points ahead of Manchester City, same as Aston Villa as well. So we can see it's a 3-horse race, right? Or a 1-horse race, or a 2-horse race.
Based on the performance of Arsenal this season.
But Arsenal have not won the league. They've not won the league. We still have how many games to go?
Based on their performance this season, I would say it's
a
1-horse race.
JJ, if it's a race, it cannot be 1-horse race now. Race is between
the only fear I have for Arsenal is in 2022-23 season, Arsenal were in this situation. And Man City, they were like 9 points ahead of Man City. And all of a sudden, they capitulated. You can't capitulate in this moment.
Definitely. Just to, buttress your point. In 2022-2023 season, Arsenal at that time had a small squad size, very small. I remember Saliba got injured, and that was how Arsenal season crumbled. There was no replacement for Saliba. Arsenal started using Odin.
Do you have a replacement for Saliba now?
Arsenal have got replacements. There is Julian Timber who can play in that position. There is Christian Mosquera. They've got Pero Campie. They've got a lot of players. So
that's why I said
so they have a bigger squad right now to win the league.
Yes, but if you keep picking up a result like you did at Nottingham Forest, it's going to be really difficult. The only repose you have is that your opponents, your rivals, are also losing points.
But interestingly, Arsenal started...
Imagine if City had beaten Man United.
Yes. Well, interestingly, Arsenal started the weekend 6 points ahead of Man City before the games of the weekend. But right now, they've extended their gap by just a point, the 7 points. So Arsenal is better off.
They are better off.
But up next is against Manchester United.
Okay,
that'll be on Sunday. So that will be...
It's going Sunday. And if Arsenal drop points against Man United.
By the way, Man City will play Wolverhampton Wanderers. I expect them to spank Wolverhampton Wanderers. So
it could remain 7 points. It could become 10 points, or it could become 4 points. The permutations are.
All right. We had so many interesting results from over the weekend in the Premier League, the Manchester Derby, in the Spanish La Liga. Real Madrid won their game. Barcelona lost to Real Sociedad. So let's get your thoughts at Sports Hangout on our socials, especially if you're an Arsenal fan. Do you think that Arsenal will eventually win the league at the end of the season? Right now, they are 7 points ahead of Manchester City, ahead of Aston Villa. And if you're a Real Madrid fan, Real Madrid won their game over the weekend. They are just a point behind Barcelona. Do you think that you guys can catch up on Barcelona?
City fan, don't forget them.
City fan, yes. Pep Guardiola still believes that they can win the
Chelsea fan too.
Chelsea cannot win the league, but they can finish in the top 4.
Chelsea, I don't.
Chelsea cannot. You and I know that Chelsea cannot win the league. They can finish in the top 4.
They are the world champion. Don't forget.
World champion that cannot be Brighton. So when I see Chelsea fans, I'm
world champion.
There's this arrogance that I don't like with Chelsea fans.
Small
thing like this, you say they are world champion that cannot beat Brighton. World champion that have lost 6 games at home. How is that a world champion? So let's get your thought on our fan page, Sport Hangouts, and of course, Sport Hangout on our socials. And I remain Toby.
And I'm JJ. Don't forget to subscribe and put on the notification bell too. Thank you.
Thank you.